啊，哎，王亨利，你看哪儿呢？臭不要脸的！哎，欢迎收看夏虫解说波西米亚最强工具人王亨利的故事。接下来呢，我们就和唠得唠死汉的汉斯的汉斯卡彭大人交谈。
Finally, where do you keep dallying?
刚才我和伯珍娜奶奶还有莱娜聊天来的，你没看着吗
？Henry, don't provoke me.
怎么扔生气了
？Trotsky Castle is going to go anywhere. So what's the rush for all of a sudden?
是啊
We have a crucial mission, and things are already fucked up quite enough.
我
I
知
intend
道
to
啊
return to Ratai with good news and to do it quickly. Let's go.
哎，我们的其他人呢？问问。
What about the rest of our company?
啊，
Could someone else have got away?
You saw for yourself. They didn't stand a chance.
确实，
But you're right, we shouldn't just leave it at that.
对呀。
As soon as we get to Trotsky, I'll make sure they get a proper Christian burial and their souls find peace.
哎呀，
And when we get back to Ratai, we'll have a mass served for them.
You're right. They were damned good lads. I'd known Oates since childhood. Damn it.
对，我们还得回去找呆呆呢。呆呆毕竟救了我们一命，是吧？
What about Mutt? He's bound to be looking for us, and we can't just abandon him.
Henry, I like your dog, but that's not our priority right now.
He saved my skin.
是啊，
So did I. First Trotsky, on Bergov and the mission, then we can look for your dog.
行行行，
Right. But the moment things are sorted out, I'll go looking for him.
I'd expect no less of you. So, should we get going?
Hold on a bit. Before we hit the road, there's something you should know. I have a hunch that one of that band that ambushed us at the pond was Istvan Toth.
Toth?
霍
Are
兹
you yanking my
霍夫和雅
pizzle?
斯，
He's long since over the hills and far away.
我知道这听起来很奇怪啊。
I know how it sounds,
是啊，
but I saw him. Believe me. I'd never mistake his ugly face after all that happened.
Of course, Henry. I know you have accounts to settle with him, but that's nonsense. Toth is in Sigismund's service and is harassing his opponents. And Otto von Bergov is one of Sigismund's allies. So Toth's hardly going to attack his people. It was dark. God knows what you saw.
I saw him, the bastard, and I'll get him.
Yes. We'll surely get him one day. I promise you. And your sword, too. But I don't think either of them are around here.
行吧
But I see you haven't wasted any time and found yourself a weapon to replace that sword. That's good. You never know when you might need it around here. Come on, let's get going.
获得声望了，
Your mind will turn to better things along the way.
大冰脸。啊，老奶奶这么好，还给了我们点钱。哎呀，没事，老奶奶，我记住你了。你屋子里那几个中等级撬锁的箱子，我之后有了撬锁器就回来帮你打扫卫生。哎，雇主二人啊，徒步往东走。可以啊，战马工作室啊，非常不错。而且我还发现战马工作室在 B 站上面有主页啊，大家可以去关注一下。Lead Environmental Artist 啊，带铅的环境设计师啊，都是带铅。哎，音乐也很好听啊！哇塞！ 总算看到城堡了。老奶奶深情地看着我们。还有美女，对我们暗送秋波，眉来眼去的。哎，这只舔狗不乐意了啊，瞬间冲了出来。哎，不错不错不错。这配乐挺喜感。哎呀，我们走的都快不行了。
Oh, I hope they've got a good physician at this castle, or at least a barber.
爸爸，
I mean, that old crone got me on my feet, but I don't believe much in herbal remedies. You can't beat an educated man of medicine.
人家救你一命，还救我一命，你还不谢？忘恩负义。
And some wine.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, it's closed.
啊，城堡还能关门吗？不是，咱俩能不能换身体面衣服？这太不体面了。
Open up! I bear an urgent message for your liege lord. 'Hear me! Open the gate! I am a messenger from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
哎，有人走过来了。干啥呢？躲！屎倒淋头 ！What the fuck?
You fucking cunts!
What the hell? 天降正义啊！
Do you know who I am? No, we fucking don't. I am Sir Hans Capon
没人相信呢。
of Perkstein, heir to Ratai. Now, look here, you filthy beggar. I'm not here for your amusement, so get your stinking, ragged asses out of here on the double. The pair of you!
What's all this about?
哎，总算来管事儿的了。
Why don't you send those beggars packing?
I did, sir. They say they're messengers. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. Envoy...
I heard. Nevertheless, I doubt Sir Hanush would send two vagabonds covered in excrement as emissaries. Apart from which, Sir Hans Capon is dead.
啊？
We found his body by the pond. His company was ambushed by outlaws, and they were slaughtered to the last man.
Yes, yes, they ambushed us, but we managed to get away.
没错没
We
错。
met your Captain Thomas on our way. He can testify to who we are. He saw our message and its seal.
How terribly unfortunate you are. The captain's company was also ambushed by outlaws.
What?
The captain barely escaped with his life and has been delirious for 3 days.
强盗人手这么
And
厉害
even
吗
if he did confirm your story, I am under strict orders to admit no strangers to the castle.
Sir,
哇塞，估计还是另有隐
there's
情
a
啊。
horseman approaching in King Sigismund's colours.
Ah, now that's what a messenger looks like. Count yourselves lucky that I don't have time to waste on you. Be gone!
硬闯，
Getting in, whether you like it or not.
Get your shitty hands off me!
我去，还来了一个后滚翻。
Look, wait. Wait, one moment.
哎，也没办法，咱们啥也没有啊。
What the fuck was that?
哎，这卡彭整懵了，哪受过这种教育？
So now what?
There's only one thing we can do.
啊，来之前还是贵族少主呢，现在就变成这个玉石乞丐了。嗯，哎，
Have you two got any groschen?
格鲁申就是钱。
What do you take me for, wench? For someone who stinks like a badger.
别扎，就有3块钱啊。
Look, we've had a tough couple of days, so we'd like a bit of peace and quiet, a beer, and a bite to eat.
Unless you want to share a bowl of gruel, you're going to need more coin than this.
Just bring the best you have, and we'll settle later.
As the gentleman wishes.
Well, she's not far off. We look like a couple of beggars, and we stink even worse.
哎，
What the fuck was all that at the gate?
发现酒馆
Try to talk to them and get shit
劳动
put
人
on
民
your
啊，
head.
主线任务。
Different lands, different customs.
特罗斯科维茨，
Riches.
I
Towards
expect they've had
Kubias.
trouble with beggars at the
搓死
castle,
苦辫子。
so they act without thinking.
Oh, really? I'd never have figured that out. I'd rather hear some cunning plan how to get out of this shit. Huh?
好好好，首先我们先洗个澡，换身衣服，然后再把信拿回来。
And the first thing we have to do is get ourselves into decent shape. Have a good scrub, get some better clothes.
是
Then，they might believe we're actually messengers.
That's all very well.
毕竟人靠
Except
衣
we
装
can't
嘛。
even pay our bill here. Never mind a visit to the baths and the tailor.
哎，同样的人，你换身衣服待遇都不一样，赚些钱。现在回拉泰，估计卡彭得受不少惩罚啊，而且多丢人是吧？先赚些钱。
So we'll earn some.
Earn?
I'm not afraid of work.
是啊，
And we're gonna need every groschen we can get.
没错。
And how long will it take for you to earn a few groschen? And where will you find a decent tailor? Before we get ourselves sorted out, Sigismund will be sitting on the throne in Prague.
So what do you suggest? Going back to Ratai?
To Ratai? You just don't get it, do you? We can't go crawling back like this. We'd be a laughing stock.
汉纳什会理解的，汉纳什就是卡彭的舅舅，有什么丢脸的？我们是被伏击了，哎，毕竟是少主嘛，咱们就顺着他说。
I suppose you're right. We'd be taken for total idiots.
是，
Well, you could shrug that off. But me, we've got no message,
行
no coin,
啊，
nothing but our ragged asses.
而且我们也回不去啊，也没有马。
Chin up. We'll sort it out somehow, and everything will be fine again.
Nothing will be fine, my friend. I'll tell you 4 reasons why. Oates, Tankard, Conrad, and Nicholas.
都是我们的小
Instead
伙
of
伴。
sitting here with us, having a chat and a laugh, they're just food for crows in some godforsaken hole.
他们的死不怪你，那怪谁？
It's not your fault they died. Don't blame yourself.
那怪谁？
We have to take care of their bodies at least. They were good Christians, even though it
获得声
didn't
望。
always seem that way.
We'll keep the promise we made at Bajenas. The best way to honor their memory is to finish our mission. We'll get inside the castle. You'll see. We'll avenge our lads and go back to Ratai with our heads held high. I promise you that.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Ardentes fortuna juvat.
Food. About bloody time.
Here we are,
两个人都饿瘪了。
gentlemen.
What is this stuff?
Hey,
Good shot.
there's meat in that. And there's more than you gave me coin for. When you're finished, report for work.
来活了，这老板娘还可以啊。
Cheers.
哎呦， 嚯，挺大呀，挺白呀，那个瓶子。
Woman from the pond.
Of the one you gave us away for.
哦，就他。啊，对。 哎，
I tell you.
哎，打错人了吧？
What are you waiting for? She can vouch for who we are. Go to her.
这么去啊？
God be with you. A full pitcher of wine, please.
My word, that's a picture and a half. I ain't seen you here before. Who sent you? Not them nomad vagabonds, I hope.
Don't
你是谁呀？
worry, I've come from the castle.
我从城堡
I'm
来的。
Catherine, and I've got the lovely job of keeping the soldiers' throats wet.
凯瑟琳，
Ah, that's another matter then.
说明他上面有人啊。
Ugh. Can you smell that too?
Oof, it stinks like something died here.
嗯。哎，打扰一下。
Sorry to interrupt.
Jesus, fella.
Excuse me.
That's a bit much.
Hey, youngster, if you want to go around mixing with my guests here, go and wash the stench off yourself at the trough first. Stinking up my establishment. I heard some talk about your captain.
Torang only gave me the innards.
What was that?
That he's wounded.
Oh,
啊，托马斯队长真的
poor
受袭了。
Captain Thomas might never get back on his feet. Him and his men were attacked by bandits. Most of them are dead.
Jesus
啊，这些
Christ.
强盗也太强
Lord
了。
von Berghoff is beside himself and won't allow his soldiers out the castle.
哦，所以才关闭了城堡是
So
吧？
that's why they sent you for the wine. Wait a moment then. I'll be right back.
好，
That's not a bad idea, actually.
哎，然后这个凯瑟琳就在这儿啊，
I'll ask her.
哎，近距离的欣赏一下游戏内的美景啊！哇，啊，哎，王亨利，你看哪儿呢？臭不要脸的
Interesting.
！Interesting 啊，是，哎，不对啊，这同里水不是汉斯用来洗屎了吗？朝花夕拾杯中酒，哎呦，
Stretch as high as you can.
凯瑟琳，你好，
Sorry to bother you, but I've seen you before.
没错
Oh, eh? I don't remember.
啊。
Hold on. Are you the boy that cleans the pit under the castle shitting hole?
虽然我可能还没他干净呢，不是，我们在池塘边见过。
We saw each other by that pond.
对呀、
Pond. I haven't been at any pond.
装傻，我救了你
We saved you.
啊！
Me and my lord there. You and some other women were attacked by bandits. You must remember that.
I have no idea what you're on about.
健忘症，
I work at the castle and I wasn't at any pond.
我救了你的命啊，对吗？
You know very well what I'm talking about. I saved your life.
对呀、
Are you drunk? Get out of my sight.
啊，这翻脸不认人啊！
Here's your wine. Is this vagabond bothering you?
八个包，
I can handle the likes of him myself. Thanks for the wine. Bye.
Look, please.
哎，
I
蹭
don't
蹭
know what's
手
up，with you, but I know you were there. I need your help. You owe me that much. But we need to get to von Berghoff, and you're the only one who can confirm who we are.
You can't get into the castle.
他认识我们，
And even if you could, that was the king's messenger.
他记得他在这
Von
装傻
Berghoff is getting ready to ride out.
Shit.
If you want to speak to him,
Oh.
the best place would be Samin's wedding. He'll be there,
赛米婚礼。
for sure.
No, wait.
And don't
之前
ever
草药
lay
婆婆
your hands
跟我们
on
说
me
过，
again.
还不让碰，真的是，人家拍你屁股都行，双标。
What are you gaping at? Have you nothing better to do?
老板娘贝蒂，
Why are you standing here like a pillar of salt? Are you ready?
准备好干什么？
What for?
To get to work, you pair ordered a lot more than you paid for, so you work your debt off, like I said.
啊，行吧，来吧，
All right.
吃人手短上。
What do you want us to do?
Over there by the gate, there's a cart with sacks of flour from the mill.
人还获得声望了，还可以。
My old man was meant to take them into the house. But as soon as he got a sniff of work, He vanished into thin air. The second door in there leads to the
去
pantry.
钓鱼去了。
That's where I need you to haul the sacks.
储藏
You
室
have
啊
to lay each sack on the planks so they don't touch the damp floor and go moldy. If you just chuck it on the floor in the corner, it'll spoil. So do it properly. 2 men can finish the work in a jiffy, and then we'll be quits.
行，你居然主动邀请我进储藏室，行，交给我们吧。
All right, we'll do it. Carrying a few sacks won't kill us. For sure, it's less daunting work than fighting bandits in the woods.
Aye, it's terrible about them bandits. We never had nothing like that here before. Like it or not, you can't pay what you owe me, so I'm putting you to work. Is that clear?
All right, we'll do it.
Glad to hear it. I can see you ain't stuck up like your mate. Where are you actually from, if you don't mind me asking?
斯卡里茨是家乡啊，我们是从拉泰来的。
Ratai.
Ratai. That rings a bell. I ain't been further than the back of me whole life, but I know this place inside and out.
内巴科夫，还内巴呢。聊一聊，我听说关于婚礼的事情。
I heard some talk about some wedding being planned here.
Ah, nobody's talking about nothing else. Young Lord Samin is marrying Agnes, the daughter of Thrush, our Truskovitz bailiff.
执政官
And it's
斯鲁
going
什
to
女
be a grand affair. When rich folks get married, that's a feast that's a lot different from when some tanner gets hitched to a bathouse wench.
那肯定啊，了解到了贵族婚礼啊。冯倍儿高大人会出席婚礼吗？
Will Lord von Bergov be at the wedding?
倍儿高
How should I know what his lordship's plans are? But most likely he will be. Samin is his vassal.
谁是塞米？
Who is this Semin?
Can't you tell by the name? The Lord of Samin. The fort in the village belonged to
领主
him.
啊，
Old Jan Samin is the head of the family.
杨塞米。
And his son's called Olda. And it's him
Olda?
who's getting itched. There used to be a rich family. Their glory's faded a bit, but they still have some clout.
婚礼在哪儿举行？
Where's the wedding going to be?
At Samin, of course. I expect old Sir Jan and our bailiff will try to outdo each other in showing off their wealth.
我能去吗？
Could I get to the wedding
哎
somehow?
I don't know about that, lad. It's
现
for
在的身份
magic
肯定是
guests
不行
only.
了。
It seems that's really our only chance.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
If you want to find out more, there's a couple of invited guests having an ale over there.
Oh.
Young Svaja there. He's the bride's brother. He can be a bit of a pain,
斯瓦
but
蒂
he's
亚
a。good lad at heart.
行，找出关于这个塞米婚礼消息啊。然后我们再问一下关于
Is
婚
that all
礼。
you know about the wedding?
What else is there to know? I'm just looking forward to being a guest and having someone serve me for a change.
如果对话里面没有其他的选项了，它就会变成灰色。再选这个选项的话呢，就加不了口才的能力了。这里的生活如何？
What's life like here?
Better now that you and your pal have finally had a wash.
是啊，行。
Truth to tell, it used to be better. The war might be far away, but more and more young lads are going away to fight. But then there's a shortage of folk to do the work around here, and that's a big problem.
我在这儿能去哪儿找活干？
Where can I find work here?
First, you gotta carry them sacks for me,
聊聊
so
正事
don't bother looking anywhere else yet.
我说之后
But
怎么
otherwise,
整
you can find work anywhere.
哦，
You just need to keep your eyes open and not be afraid
真的
to
假的？
ask. Try Radovan the Smith for one.
铁匠拉多
He's
巴
a bit odd, but he'll pay decently for a helping hand.
可以可以。
Come to mention it, he's sat just round the corner there,
哦，
if you want to ask him about it.
行，
And that fella next to him is Miller Crazel.
磨坊主
He needs helpers now and then, but watch out for him. You know what they say about Millers.
I've heard things all right.
Well then, be careful.
没错啊，去过中世纪的观众都了解啊，磨坊主的生平呢，不是生平啊，磨坊主的风评呢，在现实生活中就不太好。然后在这个游戏里呢，他们就是走私赃货啦，然后销赃的这么一个机构组织啊。然后再问问，这里只有你这家酒馆吗？
Is this the only tavern here?
In Truskovitz it is.
You must be doing pretty well then, eh?
I'd be doing a lot better if everyone paid their bills.
哦，这个贝蒂，这贝蒂里说别人坏话啊。
Where do you want the sacks moved to?
To the pantry. That's the second door inside there. But I'd split the work with your pal if I was you. So you don't do yourself a mischief. It's his debt too, ain't it?
行，左阳是在哪儿？
Where's the pantry?
Second door inside the tavern. You can't miss it.
哎，再问一遍，行，离开。
I'll go and discuss it with my friend then.
And careful with them sacks. I don't want you ripping them or anything like that. What can I get for you?
行，我们回去和卡彭聊一聊。
I talked to that woman from the pond.
I noticed. It didn't look like she was too pleased to see you, though.
是啊
The，main
耍什
thing
么把戏
is,？she denied ever being at the pond.
It's definitely her, though. You don't forget a figure like hers.
哎，
I got the feeling she didn't want to talk about it for some reason. I did get something out of her, though.
What? Don't keep me in suspense.
Von Bergov is about to leave the castle.
Sacre! If he pledges to Sigismund before we can get to him, everything's fucked.
Calm down. Let me finish. There's also going to be a big wedding in the region. Young Lord Semin, a nobleman, is marrying the local bailiff's daughter. It's the talk of the region. It's invitation only, of course. But maybe we could wangle our way in somehow.
没错。
Why should some wedding in a shithole near Trotsky be of any interest to us?
Because it looks like Von Bergov will be there.
Oh, that's fantastic news, Henry. So all we have to do is get on the guest list. And that shouldn't be a problem because you've got a cunning plan, right?
嗯，会想办法，会想办法。
I'll come up with something.
I hope so. You can't expect me to do the thinking for both of us all the time. We'll ask the locals and see.
There's something else we have to sort out first. I spoke to the innkeeper.
I noticed that too.
We can work off our debt. All we have to do is carry a few sacks of flour from that cart to the pantry.
哎，
If we both do it, we'll be finished in no time.
Lug sacks? Are you yanking my noble pizzle?
咋的了
I'm？serious.
I can't work. I'm a noble. What if someone saw me?
哦，贵族。你知道自己现在什么模样吗？是不是？没人会认出你的。
Do you have any idea what you look like?
嗯，
Well, all right. I may not look much like a noble, but my blood's still blue. People will remember my
蓝血
face,
了
and when everything's cleared up, word will get around that I lugged sacks here like some beggar, as if the disgrace at the gate wasn't enough. Oh!
人都是要干活的，是吧？
Work, your lordship, is an activity that all us common folk have to do
Eh,
when
meso.
we need money. And it wouldn't hurt you for once either.
Henry, haven't you ever heard of the 3 states of man?
Would that be some aristocratic excuse?
Not so fast. It's God's law. Oratoris, the priests who pray
祈
for
祷者
us. Laboratoris, the plebs who shovel shit and pay taxes. And Bellatoris, the warriors who protect the ones on their knees or in the fields. Now, which am I? So if you find me a sword, I can get to work. But wield a pitchfork or carry sacks? That's against God and nature.
哇，了解到很多啊！封建主义贵族身份，什么人分3阶，务农，这些话你都能说出来，要不要脸？
It's a wonder your tongue isn't aching.
Bear in mind that I'm still your master. Enough of your insolence and start accepting your lot. In short,
啊，失去声望了，不是不是，失去声望了啊！
I promise I'll make it up to you.
哎，行行行，好好好，行吧，那就
I'm going then.
不再激怒他了。
But you could give me a hand. It wouldn't do you any harm.
Ah, stop whining. You can manage. Well, if it makes you feel better, I'll scratch your back later.
How? By giving me a large estate?
That too, of course. Maybe 2 estates.
哦，
But above all,
2块地，
once we're out of the worst, I'll help you find your dog. As soon as we have at least some gear, we'll head into the forest and find Mutt in a trice. Although, if you think about the 3 states of man, looking for lost dogs is more like a huntsman's work. But let's pay no mind to that.
How generous of you, Lord Capon.
I know, my dear Henry. Such is
行啊
my，nature.
臭不要脸的。